wrestling fans, joining me for a special edition of Pro Wrestling Underground. He is not only the junior heavyweight champion at Pro Wrestling Domination, as you can see in the photo, or as you see on the other side there, he is the Pale Rider Cory James. How are you, Cory?
Good. How are you, sir?
I am doing pretty good. Always good to see the hardware on this show.
Oh man, she's beautiful, ain't she?
He is. And, I'm actually going to start right there. Is this Saturday you get to defend her against somebody who's been on this show before in Ryan Wendell. I think you have a different name for him, but in a 2 out of 3 falls British rules match over at Pro Wrestling Domination in Ramburn. Kind of how did that rivalry start with Ryan?
Well, that's a fun question. So there was a triple threat match. It was supposed to be a tag team match. So Ryan's partner was sick on vacation. I don't know. He wasn't there. So they made it a triple threat match. It was myself, Sean Nelson, and one Ryan Weenie. And
Hmm.
during this match, a few good moves got landed. This is before the big betrayal by Sean Nelson, by the way.
Mm.
He was still my friend at this point.
Yes.
And so Ryan attacked my leg in the match. Kind of hurt me a little bit, but he ended up pinning me. Uh, and so I challenged him to a title match. Not because he pinned me, but because he tried to injure me. And well, when you try to kill a horse's leg, then try to take out the horse. But I wasn't going to let him do that. And I'm a little stubborn at times. So even when I'm hurt, I want to fight. So I challenged him to the match. He attacked me before the bell could even ring in the title match. Match goes through. I won. I'm not done with him yet. So Ryan Wendell wants to cheat. He doesn't want to be honorable. He's a British man, he claims to be a loyalist. They are honorable people. They don't like, I mean, when do you ever see William Regal cheat? Don't, I'm just kidding. But, anyways, he, this whole rebirth thing, ever since I came to pro wrestling domination, this whole rebirth thing has been getting on my nerves. Uh, the They attacked Mike Jackson. They tried to attack Rhino. That didn't work out for him. I I understand that the young people in this business, we need more opportunity. We do get held back a lot. But one thing I love and appreciate more than almost anything are the veterans of this business. And people like Ryan Weenie and Trey Jordan and Sean Nelson, that sellout, and the rest of the rebirth, those guys have no respect for the veterans of this business. Sean Nelson happens to be a veteran of the business,
Mm-hmm.
but besides himself, they don't respect anybody else. Bull Buchanan, the man who gave us this company, they couldn't care less about him. Somebody needs to stand up to him. Dante was by himself. Nobody would stand up with him. So now I'm here. There was a little miscommunication when I won the title in an open challenge against Dante. The fans were not happy at first. They didn't want to see me beat Dante for the title, but they gave me a chance. And I'm sorry, I'm getting a little tongue twisted, but basically, this whole story is for me to stand up for the legends and the veterans, the people, the light heavyweights who paved the way for us. I'm not going to let some loyalist British freak come in and take everything that we have built. Ryan Weenie is nothing more than a loser. And I don't take that with a grain of salt. He's a good wrestler. That's the thing. I'm not saying he sucks. He's a great wrestler. I've seen him wrestle, but he does not know how to put his stupid ego to the side and wrestle like a man. He's a loser because he cheats. He's a loser because he can't wrestle with pride and integrity. And that's something I can do. See, what he doesn't know is I've been studying European wrestling. for the last few years. He thinks I'm some backwoods hick that can't do anything but punch and kick. I can do just about any of those wrestling moves that you see on European TV. And this Saturday, I'm going to prove it. 2 out of 3 falls, I made the promise. I'm going to make him tap out at least once, hopefully twice.
There you go. And disclaimer, because some of our audience and even some members of the thing I'm about to mention know about this as well. When the group first started and I first had Ryan on there, I was gifted that. Have not worn it since because I agree with you. When they started, I very much liked what they were for, but what they've turned into, I can't stand behind the disrespect to the of the veterans as you're talking about because those guys paved the way and gave all those young guys those opportunities that they're taking now, but what they're doing with them, I just can't stand it. So that's why, like I said, that has not been worn since given to me. I appreciate the gift, but yeah, I don't stand with them either.
Right.
But let's go to more positive things. Let's, for
Do it.
one,
Get
I think you're
riled
going to
up.
do well in your defense this weekend. Let's go more positive because uh, where I first ran across you was up in Rome, now in Somerville, at 12 Gauge Professional Wrestling. I happened to see you in a fatal 4-way that I don't remember the other two, but you crossed paths with somebody named BK Bennet, where you hit him with the Super Bronco Breaker. It happened to catch his nose a little bit, and that match ultimately led into a first blood match. Uh, kind of walk us through what it was like being the main character of that story because or the main person of that story because I mean you didn't mean to do it to start with, but then because things got heated, you had to settle it the only way you could in the first blood match.
Yeah, this one got personal. Uh, so 12 gauge, I believe it was only, our third or fourth show at the time. And I was part of the original group that started 12 gauge. I was part of the ones that built it. And I wanted to be the flag bearer. I wanted to be the John Cena, if you will.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember vividly how that night I was already seeing comments from fans, kind of talking bad about me, about what I did to BK. And so we do the first blood match, and I go out there, and I was pretty shocked. They were booing me. I was just like, why? I'm sitting there looking around like these people hate me for what I did. And so it 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 kind of drove something a little crazy in my head. That was part of the discouragement I had for a while, and I couldn't get over the fact that it was something that I didn't do wrong. I didn't
Yeah.
intend to break his nose, and I even apologized publicly and privately. And the fans still turned on me, but the fans of 12 gauge and I, we have a very unique relationship right now. I mean, these past couple shows, they've treated me really good, and I've been very appreciative of it. But that story was a lot deeper than it looked, really, because it. I would say BK and I respect each other now, but then I don't think we liked each other at all. Like I think he was mad that I busted him open,
Mhm.
and I think he took some liberties in that street fight, which I deserved. I mean, I told him to, and how I lost, and I passed out from the pain with the
Mhm.
fans booing me and cheering for him. I just couldn't deal with that. I left 12 gauge after that, and it ate me up every day. And so one day I called Rocky, and I told him I wanted to come back, but I want BK. We have to finish this, and we have to finish this my way, not his way. And That's why I didn't want it to be first blood again because we might bleed, but that's not going to be which. Well, we won't get into it. It was kind of a weird first blood stipulation, but I didn't want it to have anything to do with first blood because we're going to bleed either way. I just want
Right.
this to be a knockdown, drag out fight. Let's see who the better man really is. And then the father and son podcast got my business. uh, but looking back now, I'm glad it went that way because I lost the match. I lost to BK Bennet twice. I pinned him once. Whatever. I gained his respect and he gained mine in that last match. And I the last match we had was forgot what we billed it as, but it was pretty much just a hardcore match. And
Yeah.
that one was probably my favorite match of my entire career so far. I did things that I never thought I'd do. I took moves that I never thought I could take, and I kicked out of moves I never thought I could kick out of. I didn't
Yeah.
kick out of the last one, but hey, I can see that BK is on to bigger heights. So I can put my pride away. As much as I don't like some of the things that went on with us, it will be cool to know one day they say that we're both famous and we run it back again at WrestleMania one day. That'd be really awesome,
Yeah.
you know. But
Yeah.
that
Because
story will go down in history to me.
yeah, I mean, I agree. We've said, I don't know if we said it on this show or I mean before the show or not, or if we said it on the show, but it's one of the better actual feuds, actual rivalries that we've seen, at least in West Georgia, if not in Georgia, for a good while. There's usually not these organic ones that come together like this. And BK, you can come at me for this if you want, but I just got to say that both victories that BK has over you, he had help in both of them. So, I
That
mean,
is true.
it is what it
That
is. He
is
had help. He had help in the first blood, and then Jeff and Carson with a little bit of assistance in the other one. I would kind of like to somewhere down the road see you guys run it back and just straight
we
up,
do.
just the two of you.
I guess now that you say that, we do need the rubber match. The
Hmm.
Because the very first encounter was a fatal four way. That's not really a singles match. So
Right.
one more. I mean, he just won the open weight title at 12 gauge too. So maybe if Rocky Shaw's listening, uh,
Which he
we could
does. This is
probably
one of his favorite shows.
put some butts in some seats with Cory James and BK Bennet for the open weight title. But as for right now, my focus is on my championship, the junior heavyweight championship, and Sunday night, which will probably be right up there with my match with BK as one of my biggest matches.
Absolutely. You mentioned the Father Son Wrestling podcast. So let's get into Jeff and Carson a little bit. First off, congratulations, um, because along with myself and a handful of others, we are all the inaugural class of the Father Son Wrestling
Yeah.
podcast Hall of Fame. Makes us Hall of Famers. So from one Hall of Famer to another, congratulations. Um, your relation to or your story with Jeff actually goes back into high school, and it's public knowledge. We're not telling secrets here. He was the resource officer at your high school, correct?
Yes, now you said all the way back to high. I'm not the old one here. He's old. I was the young one. He was an old man when I was in high school. So,
And in all fairness, Jeff, you're older than me, so yeah, you're the old man at this.
oh,
Got to throw that out there.
yeah, he was the school resource officer for my high school, and he was a good dude back then. I, if you would have told me then that all of this would happen now, I would not have believed it one bit. I
No,
didn't even know
Disney
he
can't
liked
write something
wrestling
like
back
this.
then. I was in high school. I was kind of a wimp. I was scared to talk about wrestling. That it wasn't that popular when I was in high school. You know, And so I didn't even know he was a wrestling fan. But
I think it really tightened in the last few years when Carson took on to it, I think. But
yeah,
apparently he's been a fan all this time too.
having a
And
kid with it. Yeah, that's actually a good point.
and for people new to the show, Carson is not only the son of the Father Son Wrestling podcast with his dad Jeff, but he is also the 12 gauge professional wrestling ring announcer, and that's not a gimmick. That's his. He actually does a pretty good job with it. So I always give him his flowers for that.
Carson is the most talented 12-year-old I've ever met in my life. Like, I've met a lot of 12-year-olds. Like, I've never. Well, I remember when I was 12, and I was nowhere near
Oh.
the
Mm-hmm.
as smart and mature as he is. When I was 12 years old, I don't even know. I was just a dumb kid. This guy, that the first interview I've ever done was for the Father Son Wrestling podcast, and I was, I don't really know what I was expecting, but I prepared for a serious interview because I figured it'd be like they gave me some of the questions, but I did not expect this kid to show up more professional than me. Like, he had his microphone. He was, I mean, he didn't skip a beat. He would ask the question. As soon as I answered, he'd ask the next one. And that kid is going. He's going to go somewhere. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
I really believe that, and I'm really proud. And honestly, I told Jeff this before behind the scenes, but I'm kind of jealous of the relationship they have in a way. I have a dad. I love my dad, and we have a great relationship. But he's not a wrestling fan, so I didn't have that bond with him that the father son guys have. So I'm like, I think that's awesome because I remember also as a 12-year-old. I remember how my dad was with wrestling. If I had my dad doing some of the stuff that he did, that'd been pretty cool. But which
I mean,
my dad's one of those. He liked the old school wrestling, and as soon as it started getting this new stuff, he was like, "Nope, I'm out."
I was about to say, nothing personal. I love my dad. I love my dad to death, and more than anything. But who doesn't want to stunner your dad sometimes? It's just
Exactly.
I'm sure he wants to do it to me too.
Now we would wrestle a little bit when I was a kid, but it was he would I wasn't never winning. Like
Right.
he put me in the figure four leg lock, and that'd be about it. I'd be tapping out.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a grandfather and my dad. If we ever wrestled, I never beat my grandfather. If I beat my dad, he must have actually hurt himself because I don't recall getting a
Yeah.
win any of those times.
Uh,
But
well,
it seems like you've kind of squashed the beef with Jeff and Carson with
yeah,
the father son, and I understand how it happened too, and I understand how you reacted, how they reacted, and I don't see that anybody acted wrong out of it. But I think, like you said, that history goes so deep, and the respect is there that it feels like you guys have finally kind of leveled things out.
yeah. I've kind of been trying to turn over a new leaf recently. Like I said, I got real discouraged for a while, and I was really letting the bad side of me that wrestling has never seen come out. The bad side of me that I tucked away years ago. I let it come back out, and I was being evil. Yeah. And then it was this past Saturday at the 12 gauge show in a three-way match where Jeff had his first match apparently, and
Yeah.
he snuck a win on me. And for the first few minutes, I was really mad. Like I told him, I probably would have broke his neck if I got my hands on him. But Zach, my tag partner, he sat me down. We had a very long talk about our future and my future. And he reminded me that when I first started, I was humble, I was nice, I was tough, and it was those qualities that got me to where I am today. And he reminded me that I need to bring that back. I need to turn away from the crap I was doing because it wasn't getting me nowhere. I went to Pro Wrestling Domination as a good guy per se, and I get the fans' respect. They fall in love with me. I fall in love with them, and now I'm a champion there.
Hmm.
I didn't do it by cheating. I did
Right.
it by doing it the right way, and so I just have to apply that same formula to 12 gauge and the honor code and to every other show I go to because I want to earn the fans' respect again. I want to earn my fellow performers' respect. I want to earn the bookers' respect. And I want to be that respect. I want my legacy to be somebody everyone liked. I don't have to be the top guy. I don't have to be the mega superstar making all the money. I just want to be the guy that everybody liked him and they liked working with him. And yeah, and, I got off track, but anyways, he reminded me of that. So I walked directly up to Jeff while he was celebrating his win during intermission. I interrupted him in the middle of an interview, and I shook his hand. And I told him, frankly, I would have done the same thing. I mean, it's a match. It's a match. A win is a win. And why be mad at something I would have done? And also thinking about the fact that we are friends, and I have a lot of respect for his son, and I hope to see Carson absolutely destroy it someday in this business. Like,
Oh yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's
He
better.
definitely could.
I decided it's better just to bury the hatchet. There's no like every time they get involved, I lose anyways. So it's like, what?
Yeah.
Why? I'm just costing my own career here by dealing
Yeah.
with my. If I keep them on my side, maybe I'll start winning more.
I mean, maybe it is. Maybe they're the thing that helps tip things in your direction sometimes.
Right.
But you mentioned Hatchet, which reminds me of an act, which goes right back to somebody you just mentioned a minute ago, your tag team partner in Stetsons and Flannels, Zach Riley. Now, you were saying before the show how you guys go back to early training and that since day one, he felt more like a brother than a friend. Like what's it like tagging with Zach and riding? And I see you guys all over the place together.
Zach is one of the coolest dudes you'll ever meet, and I mean, you know the saying with big guys, and they say, he's a big dude, but he's kind of a teddy bear. He is. He's a big teddy bear, but he will rip your freaking head off if you mess with the people he loves. That's the thing about him. But yeah, we've had so many good memories, and I'm ready for more. Honestly, I mean, we hadn't seen eye to eye in the last few months. He's had his own thing going on at GEW. I've had my own thing going on, and frankly there might have been a little jealousy there on both ends. Like he won a world title while I'm struggling. I'm winning championships. What at the time he was going through some stuff, but right now we're both doing really good. Uh we we have a plan. I don't. We don't have much laid out, but we have a plan. Well, we know what we want to do with our future. We're we're not. We don't want to just be complacent. We're not just happy to be here. I said I don't want to be the top guy megastar. That doesn't apply with the tag team stuff. Zach and I want to be the top tag team around here. We want to be the biggest tag team. We used to call it, we still do, the people's tag team because we are for the people. We represent the people. A lot of these guys, they'll come to a show, they'll get a little famous, and then they disappear. They go off and they're trying to get on TV. Zach and I, we're here. We're not going nowhere. If you want us here, we'll be here. And if there's a team that's way better than us and they're on their way to the top, all right, let us wrestle them and help them get there. I'm fine with
Yeah.
that too. But Zach and I have so much chemistry and we have had such great moments together. And I mean, you look back to January, we teamed together in Memphis. And of all places, if you get a great reaction in Memphis, Tennessee, that means you're doing something right.
Hmm.
If these companies don't want to use Zach Riley and Cory James as a tag team, they're frankly stupid. I mean, and That's just all there is to it. We want to be in more matches. We want more experience. We want to show up, build the ring, uh, train with all the other guys, and then go on to wrestle that night. We want that stuff, but you gotta call us. Like a lot of, I don't want to get into all that, but Zach and I have went through some things in our tag team career that we don't ever want to go back to again. All we want is to focus on wrestling the best tag teams Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, anyone has to offer us. There's one thing we haven't done yet. We both won gold singles. We want tag team gold because nothing solidifies a tag team like championships.
Yeah,
I mean, I know what a lot of the old guys say about championships. Well, why do you want to win it then? I don't consider it a prop. I think that's a load of freaking hogwash. It's a trophy that's presented to the person who is the best on the card, and we are the best tag team on the card.
absolutely. I agree the whole way. If you're not in it, you can be in it for friends and you can be in it for small things. But if you're not in something to try to be the best and to try to be represent whatever you're doing as the best, then I never understand why you're doing it. So you always try to be the best.
I mean, my trainer, that's one of the ways he taught us is no matter what match I'm in, I'm going out there to have the best match on the card.
Hmm. Yeah. And of course, your trainer being Chris Kamikaze and Mike Golden, you were one of the Golden Boys. It's actually how you kind of started part of your career as well. What was it like being under the tutelage of those two?
Man, it was awesome. Mike Golden is one of the biggest legends around here, and I didn't know half the things he's done before I met him. And you start looking him up. This guy's wrestled in Japan. He's wrestled in Mexico. He's wrestled Shawn Michaels. He's wrestled Steve Austin. I mean, allegedly he met Vince McMahon, and Vince asked him, "Why have I not hired you yet?" And I don't remember what Mike told him. It was something funny, but working under Mike was awesome. He knows what works, like more than any of us. Like anything, any idea you can come up with, he's already heard that idea before. And then getting to Chris Kamikaze, man, I consider him my wrestling dad, 100%. There are people in this business that don't like him, and they've had some horrible things to say about him. He's never done me wrong. As his trainee, not one time has he took advantage of me. He's never let me in the ring with someone who couldn't wrestle. The people don't understand how great of a teacher he is, to be honest. I mean, he took it seriously. He wanted us to be. He was really hard on me specifically, and me and Zach have talked about this. It's nothing he's ever told me, but I know what it is. He was hard on me because he sees something in me. He saw himself in me when he was younger. Because I've watched a lot of anything I can find from Kamikaze from his younger days on YouTube. I've watched because I wasn't. I was like 5 or 6 when he was wrestling. I never got to see any of it. So if I can go back and watch on YouTube, so I've watched that. I would try to do the stuff he was doing during training. I know he could see what I was doing. And then when I actually started wrestling, I've taken a lot of inspiration from Kamikaze for my character. A lot of my promos, a lot of the stuff I say is things he said. And I genuinely 100% believe that he is the best wrestler around here. Like when it just pure wrestling, I'm not going to say he's better than AJ Styles, but he is a very close second. I've watched that man in some matches that I would watch every day for the rest of my life because it was so good. When he wrestled my best friend Dalton Gibbs, Dallas Andrews,
Yep.
that match itself was one of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So,
I implore people to go find that match and go try to catch some part of it because It's a classic. It's definitely
Uh,
one you want to check out.
we,
As we're finishing up here on Pro Wrestling Underground with the Pale Rider Cory James, this Sunday at Honor Code Wrestling, you will be facing somebody who's a little bit of a mentor who is finally cleared for ring action and had an open challenge, and you were the one to answer his open challenge. That is one Joey Callahan. So, what's it? What made you want to answer his challenge, and how do you think this match with Joey's going to go?
this is where it gets real deep, Jeremy. A lot of people don't understand how big this match is for me. It's just a normal match to some people. But to me and Joey, this is something a lot bigger. I told you earlier that I was the very first day, my very first show as a trainee, Joey was there, as well as Chris, my trainer. So even though he's never really been to the sessions, he's never taught me many moves itself. He's been there since the day I started training as a mentor, giving us advice on how to act backstage, what to do backstage, where to go, what to do in front of the fans, what not to do. He was there. And then there was a time I mentioned in the promo I did at Arcode. There was a time when some of our mentors kind of dropped the ball and left over some drama that happened. And Joey was among one of the few who picked that ball up and ran with. They didn't want us just to get cast off to the side. They wanted us to have opportunity. So that's when the Golden Boys first, when we split up, that's around the same time. And it was Joey who gave me the idea for my character, the Backwoods Bronco. It was pretty much him, not just him. Some other guys gave me some ideas too, but and time goes on, and I find out my wife is pregnant, and we're having a baby. But then Joey kind of joined this evil group called the Family, and then they started tormenting me. And well, I'm not gonna make Joey look bad because we buried that hatchet. We've forgotten all about that stuff. And but I was promised a match with Joey back then, 2 years ago. That match never came around due to some stuff. I don't even remember at this point, but the match never happened, and I was so upset because I haven't got to wrestle a lot of my mentors. Like I've
Hmm.
wrestled Tyler Smith, Bobby Moore, and Rob Adonis. I think that's the only three I've wrestled, and
Hmm.
so I was looking forward to that. And eventually, I ended up forgetting about it. So a few weeks ago, I was talking to Joey and I mentioned to him we were just having random conversation. It wasn't really anything about wrestling at first. I mentioned to him, I want to have a match with you before you retire. Like, and he said, all right. Just he let me know that there'd be an open challenge coming up soon, and if I can make it there and if I can answer it before anybody else, then sure, whatever. So naturally I made sure I was there. I made sure I was in front of the line, and I made sure I was the one to go out there and accept that challenge. Uh, so it's not. This isn't about the past, though. Is the thing. I don't hate Joey, and Joey don't hate me, and I don't. I don't care about what happened before. I'm not looking for revenge here. That's what I'm trying to say. I need to prove myself. So I've been wrestling for 2.5 years now. I've been training for almost four, or I started training almost 4 years ago. And frankly, I would like to say I'm one of the best around here. One of the best pure wrestlers. I may not have the best character, I may not have all the charisma, but when it comes to wrestling, performing in that ring, I think I am one of the best. But not a lot of people agree with me. I want my name. Once again, I don't want to be a superstar, but I do want my name to be up there with Zero. I do want my name to be up there with Skrilla. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to be a bigger star than Chris Kamikaze, my trainer. I need this match with Joey because I need to prove that I can hang with those guys, that I can be not only as good as the legends and the veterans around here, but better. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way at all. I don't want to disrespect these legends. I want to be better than them, but I want to be better in a good way. I want them to see that I'm better, and I want them to respect me for it. I'm at a point in my career, Jeremy, where I need to stand up and take what I want, you know? And I've been waiting too long for my time. If you've kept up with me on Facebook, I run my mouth, dude. I am a mouth running dude, and "it's my time" has been one of my catchphrases for years now. Well, this time I mean it. It is my time. I have to take my time because, like I told Joey, I don't know how long I have in this business. Much less he said this, he's retiring. I don't know if I'll be able to wrestle again after my next match, but I need to go down in history knowing that I am one of the greats. And that has to start by beating one of my mentors. And then after that, I'll move on to the next.
Well, then the final two questions give you the final word on this. The first one is, what is your message to the fans as to why they should be at Honor Code this Sunday to see you versus Joey Callahan?
Well, so Joey, I don't know exactly where he's from, but he lives in Cedartown. He's been there for a few years. I'm from Cedartown. My mom's from Cedartown. A lot of people that come to Honor Code, they knew my mom from high school. My mom, I'm saying I'm a mama's boy. My career is dedicated to her pretty much. And this being one of my biggest matches in my mama's hometown, you need to see it. And because the thing is, I'm not coming to this match just to do a few. I'm not coming to do a suplex, headlock takeover, 1, 2, 3, and go home. I'm coming with everything I have. I am bringing every ounce of passion, every ounce of anger, everything that Chris Kamikaze put into my head as a trainee. The greatest moves that I've learned to pull off, I'm bringing them out for this match. Uh, I have something to prove. I have a chip on my shoulder. Like I kept mentioning my mom. My mom is known. She's not like famous, but a lot of people from Cedartown know who Stacy Baldwin is. They know, or her maiden name was Baldwin, but they know who Stacy Kraft is. When she was in school, she was a softball player for Cedartown. She did really good for the team. I want to be known. I don't want to be known as just Stacy and Michael's son. I want people to know Cory James is the guy that's from Cedartown, showed up and wrestled the best matches we've ever seen here. You know, there's not much famous from Cedartown. Sam Hunt. I think that's all I can really think of. Uh, I'm better than Sam Hunt. I'm a better wrestler than he is singer. But not only just me and Joey, there are other matches on this card that are sure to be a banger. When you have Lamar Phillips in the building, it's going to be an amazing show. You don't know what's about to happen. You have Frankie Valentine. We'll be hearing from him from the vicious attack from Lamar on him. Uh, this is Honor Code is just that. It's honor. It's the kind of show you don't want to miss. Every show I've been to at Honor Code has been a banger. I mean, I love that place. And after this match with me and Joey, I don't intend to have any ill will with him. I would hope that this match ends, we hug it out, and then we just enjoy the rest of the show. You know, but not only that, but for a business reason, for the fans, you want to see more bigger shows coming to Cedartown, then we need to be filling the building up for these smaller shows. Because when the city of Cedartown or whatever, when they see that we're putting thousands of people in these buildings, they're going to try to bring bigger shows down. So it's a must see. You can't miss this one, guys.
Absolutely. And my final question. for the Pale Rider, Cory James. Uh, First off, very excited to finally get you on here, and it's been a great chat so far.
Enjoyed it.
My final question is this: what is your last message for your opponent on Sunday, Joey Callahan?
Joey, you and I are a lot alike, but we're very different in other ways. We're both peeling back the curtain a little bit. Joey was actually saved a couple of weeks ago. He
Mm-hmm.
his testimony. It's his testimony to share, but the gist of it is he thought he was saved for a long time and he wasn't. I've heard that story from a lot of people. It's very powerful. But I was saved a few years ago. I have a pretty good testimony myself, but we're not in. The point is we're both brothers in Christ in that sense. We're brothers in wrestling, and the conversations we've had behind closed doors. I mean, he's told me things that will live with me forever. Good things, you know. Joey, we're a lot alike, but we're a lot different. I know you want this match with me, and I know you've been looking forward to this, but I just want you to know that I'm not going to take it easy on you. And I know you're glad to hear that because, Joey, you don't take it easy on anybody. I just also want you to know there's not going to be ill will because I want you to give me everything you have. And if somehow you do beat me, I'm not going to be mad. I'm going to shake your hand. But, Joey, I'm bringing everything I have. And you've seen what I can do when I'm angry. You've seen what I can do when I'm encouraged, when I want what I had. When I want something, I'm sorry, I take something, Joey. And frankly, I want to be the one that ends your career. And I don't want to be the guy that injures you, but I want to be the one match in the last few months of your career that they remember. Like, I might not be your last opponent, but I want to be the one that they said, you remember when Joey wrestled Cory? That's what I want for this match, Joey. We don't hate each other. We can't hate each other. We've done been through everything. You've ripped up a picture of my baby. I've said horrible things about your kids. But he locked me in a building. He he kidnapped me and locked me in a building. Holy snot. Uh, but Joey, we've been through it all. That's why we're like brothers. We still love each other. But this match is more than just good guy versus bad guy. This match is more than just teacher versus student. This match is generation versus generation. This match is the vets versus the young guys. This is something that this is something that nobody's going to forget. And Joey, really, all that there's not really much talking left. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm so tongue tied here, but Joey, there is no hate here. That's all I want you to know is I love you to death, but this match has to happen, and we got to beat the crap out of each other. And that's all there is to it. I have to prove something. Joey doesn't have much to prove anymore. Joey's already proved that he's one of the greats. I need to prove that I'm one of the greats.
Absolutely. This is going to be an absolute barn burner of a match. I think the show is going to be the same. As we said, Honor Code Wrestling presents Burn It Down August the 9th in Cedartown. Bell time 7. I think the doors open at 6. Get there early. Get your seats early. This is one you definitely don't want to miss. But for my guest, the Pale
Listen,
Rider, Cory James, I am Jeremy the Impact York. Thanks for joining us here on Pro Wrestling Underground. We will see you guys down the road. Go watch wrestling. Deuces, gooses.